Alright, this week on Hunting Land Man TV, it's deer season prep. We're looking at, it's June now, and we don't have just a couple months till deer season. The things you do now, for me, being a bow hunter, early season, the things you do now really affect you. Okay, this is over here on my lease. I've had some real good luck here the last couple years. Killed a big 5-year-old 2 years ago, and a big 6-year-old last year. Now there was a deer we passed up right here named the Pope. I call him the Pope because I told my buddies around here, said that's gonna be my Pope and Young next year, so let's hope it's right. Big pretty 8-point, and he comes right here to this feeder a lot, and this is also a food plot right here on this pipeline. So preparing for that, look, I know my neighbor right over there gets pictures of him too, but preparing for that, we're going to plant some bachelor pad in here, some summer food plot, keep him in here, keep this feeder full, and really game plan for how we're going to kill this deer. September the 13th through the 15th is velvet season in Mississippi, and then of course October the 1st regular bow season starts. So one of those two hopefully will be on this deer. I'm just kind of looking around. We've got right here this tree, I got it cut out a lot, but this could be a really good south wind stand, and really could get away with a northwest on it too, because most of the deer come from down in there. So I may pull this feeder back a little bit this way at some point during this summer. I've got a stand right on that point right there for a north wind, and it works pretty good, but historically the early year we're probably gonna get a south wind, but if I did get a north wind, I still could hunt over there, so we'll see. Plus, if he's coming in good, we're gonna have cameras down there, down here, and kind of figure out where he's coming from, so we got it all dialed in for opening day. Let's get over here and look around a little bit. South wind's gonna blow here, south southwest, west it would be really good. I really think he lives down in there, so actually everything but in the east you could basically hunt him. I didn't hunt this stand a lot last year, but when I've hunted it before, most everything comes from down in there, so that's what we're gonna plan on. Now, you know, being that we're getting on this early, we're not 2 weeks before the season. If we see on camera, we're gonna watch the cameras, put several different cameras out. If we see that the deer is coming from a different direction or doing some different stuff, we may have to switch, and we'll have time. But we kind of just, this is the first step, getting the game plan. Now, I thought I was gonna come in here and be able to no-till, and I could with this, but I may come in and disc this plot and kind of bring it back to the dirt and get my bachelor pad planted in here. Me and Zeb may come over here and do that today. New thing called hit list. Lease 24, that's gonna be it. Alright, so there's the Pope last year. Oh no, that's a big deer I killed. Where's some more pictures of the Pope? Right there, that's him standing right up there at that feeder. That's what we want him to do, right there. But that's what it takes, you know. The deer Barry, which we did an episode on 2 years ago, like the Pope, we passed him at 3, we passed him at 4, and he's on 153 at 5. Now, I doubt that deer does that. He'll probably be mid to high 30s, but a big mature deer, gonna be at least a 5-year-old this year, and it's gonna be good. Like the deer I killed last year that did not live on me, the difference in the last 2 years, it's actually a good point. Barry did not live on me during the summer, didn't show up till October. The big deer, heck, I forget what the neighbor called him last year. Anyway, the big 8 I killed last year, he lived on the neighbor also, and he came to me during the rut. The difference is the Pope lives on me, so we can treat him right all summer, which while we're here right now. It's gonna drive me crazy what that big 8 was called. Major, that was it, Major. That horse flies my dick. I'm figuring out, I'm on my Onyx right now trying to get enough service, but to figure out how many acres I want to plant right here. You gotta have I don't want to spread the deer out too much because we're bow hunting, but also for summer food plots especially, this is not like the Midwest where there's soybean fields and corn fields everywhere and alfalfa. This is, you know, pretty much the only crop they'll have this summer besides some feeders and the natural stuff out there. So we got to put enough out there that they don't just smoke it. Alright, so I got to do a little bit of clipping while I got the bush hog hooked up right here in front of the house. And then I honestly think we're going to hook, well no, it's too wet to do the disc. We may do some spraying and stuff today. We're doing what we can. It's a Saturday, we don't have any showings, which is unfortunate, but it does allow us to do our deer stuff. So we're going to do a little clipping and then we got to go fill up a feeder. But first of all, a little maintenance. We'll go do the backwoods feeder and do these, and then we'll go to the boss bucking and go do some stuff over there. All right, here in the South, you know, we're hunting over feeders. We want our deer to get good quality protein, and you know, if you've got spin feeders and you're trying to get your deer used to them, which I think is, man, if you can get your deer used to them, it makes them a lot more killable, especially in the early season. So, but you don't want to feed corn in there because you want to feed the best stuff for your deer. These Flame Kiss soybeans will go right in your spin feeder like this backwoods right here, this ritual feeder, and you're feeding your deer protein, plus you're getting them used to coming to that corn feeder. So use the Flame Kiss. I mix a little corn in it, just kind of give them a little energy, plus a little soybeans. But this stuff works good. I tell you what else now. I don't have bears in my area, but my clients say that if you use the soybeans, the bears don't mess with it near as much. All right, just filled up our feeder with Protein Plus. It's that time of the year where deer need food. It's coming off of spring, everything's getting hot and starting to die, so they need food right now. We got Flame Kissed right here in the spin feeder, and then we got Protein Plus right here. Plus we're gonna plant Bachelor Pad right here. Now this is in front of my house, I can see right there, but I'm gonna get an inventory of all my deer all summer, learn their patterns, learn what they're doing, and me and the kids are gonna go sit right there at night. I got a light so I can watch them at night right here in front of the house, so it is a cool deal. But right now, you need to be feeding them protein, because what you do right now, don't wait till July and start feeding them. What you do right now is gonna affect them a lot more than if you wait later in the summer.